In this clip, we're going to be talking about the tracking system. There are two types of tracking. There's the tracking that is the parent, or it's on the contract. It's the main tracking, which you see right here in the front. But also inside merchandise, each line item has their own tracking. You can set up tracking or you can leave it. No process is linked to the order. But let's go back to the main tracking area. Let's go in here. Now what we want to do is we want to add a new process. Now I can add them one at a time. I can put in whatever description I want, or I can do an auto-populate. Now I've preset that for the main order that I have a list of steps that I've titled general order. You can create as many of these as you want. Each one of them can be a little bit different. You can choose from them. I'm going to go ahead and do general order, and when I say populate from list, it populates from the list that I had called general order. Now you'll notice that there is the review and post order, design approved by the customer, a cemetery permit obtained, cemetery fee paid, materials to be received, rubber cut approved and sent to shop, order placed on truck, and order installed. Now let's start with our first one. Okay, and we're going to select it and we're going to go in and we're going to look at it. Now I could give it a beginning process date of today if I wanted to. Days of completion means it has one day as of today's date for it to be reviewed and to be posted, the deposit to be posted. Grace days are, if I failed to get it done that day, it's not a big deal. I can have an extra day if I need it. But the system will eventually, in the future modules, it will let you know if any task needs to be completed and when it needs to be completed by. So when it would give the report in this future module, it would say for this contract, for this person, the task is review and post order, and it's due on May the 2nd. Now, if it goes past the grace days, then it will start sending a warning out that this task needs attention. Now, when you set up a process, you can say, okay, a date would make this process complete. Or you can say a signature, or a date or a signature, 2 dates, 2 signatures, all different kind of combinations as you see right here. Now on this one, let's change it up. Let's make it to where you have to have a date and it has to be signed. Because it may be that the administrative officer will give the date, but maybe the sales director has to be the one that signs off on this review and this post order. Okay, so let's leave it like that. Let's say that the administration department is the one that has to sign it, and our sales director is the one that's going to approve it. That's a good example. Okay, so now notice it says it's on review and post order. It's waiting for the date of completion and a signature. So let's go back in, and I want to show you what would happen if we go in. Let's say I'm the administrative person. I've looked at it. Everything looks fine, and it is ready for me to post the order. So I go and talk to the salesman and I say, have you signed off on this? And so he goes in and let's say he puts in his initials. Okay, so the next time I pull up this contract, because he knew he had that date, notice the signature part is gone. All I know is, as the administrative person, I'm ready now to complete this because I've already got my date. I can always go in there and look, and I can see I've got my signature. So I'm ready to go into my process, and I'm ready to put in my date, and let's say I did that today. And then I'm done. Now when I go out, notice it goes to the next task that is on the list. Now, let's talk about these tasks. These tasks do not always happen in these orders. That's not a problem. So let's say, for example, the cemetery permit obtained. We go in here, and let's say that we've received it. Say we received it early, okay? And you see, here's that date. That means that it's completed. Now, right now, I'm on design approved by customer. I'm waiting for that. But once this task gets completed, it will jump past cemetery permit obtained because it knows it's already completed and go to the next one on the list. And that's what will show here on this front screen of what needs to be completed. Okay. Now, let's go back in here again. I want to talk about how to add a new process. Okay, so let's go in here and let's say that the customer is called and they want you to call customer day before delivery. Okay, and we're just going to set up as a date field. Okay, and there it is, call customer day before delivery. Well, let's say I don't like it in that order. I want it to be before that order is installed. Maybe it's before the date of order placed on truck or after, it doesn't matter. So I want to change the process order. Okay, list the process order and say I want it before it goes on the truck. So I want to make that one 8, and then I'm going to make this one 9 and this one 10. So I've changed my order. Okay, now I'm going to go back in there, see how it is now placed in that separate order. I can go in here and I can add notes. I can put a responsible parties. Notes is important. You can have multiple of notes that are associated with this. You can delete any one of these steps. It's totally your call. You can add new steps. Now let's go in here and let's talk about each line item. Okay, now I've already got some set up here. So on this one, I'm waiting for changes to the order, orders placed with them, because I may have to just kind of verify that it is correct. Again, these are ones that I pre-set up. Okay. For dye color change, I may not even want to set up a process. It's totally your call. This is extremely flexible. But let's say with my bronze, because these 3 are ordered through Welch, so I want to have a process that is associated with that, because the date the Welch stones are coming in are going to be totally different from when I get my bronze from Star Granite. So I can go down here to my Star Granite and let's add a process. Now, we're going to do the auto-populate. Now notice general order does not show. It automatically knows that general order was a parent process for tracking. It was not for these merchandise line items. And I'd set up for granite, order from wholesaler. I probably should have set up one for bronze, but since I've only got one set up, I'll go ahead and select it, and I'm going to populate from list. Works the same as the others. Okay? So that's pretty much how the tracking works, and see, I can see that, and it lets me know at any point in time what the status is on my contract.